This is another board that's been in the Soulcraft lineup for quite a while. This board I felt was pretty similar to the Voodoo with its wide tail. The differences that we're going to have on this one is we've got a little bit of added curvature to the tail of the board, which is going to make it a little bit more inclined to be more carvy, feel a little bit more surfy, and also spin a little bit easier compared to the Voodoo. Also, the nose is pulled into a point compared to the wider nose, and all those changes is what make this board a little bit more agile while still having all the speed and drive off the back foot with this nice wide tail. Also, tons of pop off this nice wide tail. And this board, I'm going to say, really is going to shine for an intermediate rider, especially a rider that's on the heavier side or a rider that doesn't necessarily have the biggest wave, because you're going to have all the surface area you need to not have to worry about pumping too much on this board. This board, as well as being very wide in the tail, is also pretty thick in the tail. So similar to the Voodoo, you can lean back and actually gain speed rather than losing it. So that's a huge benefit. So the rocker, we've got a pretty decent nose flip on this board, relatively flat through the back half of the board. So definitely very fast, but still got enough nose flip on it to where you don't have to worry about ever digging the nose or anything like that. Also, the pointed nose helps to keep the nose up out of the water and prevent any nose dives. So yeah, pretty fast rocker profile on this board. It's not going to want to stay revert. Once you get this thing backwards, it's going to want to spin right back around to regular, which can be good for riders who aren't comfortable in that position. So all around, I would say this is a great board for an intermediate rider, especially somebody who's a little bit on the heavier side or somebody who doesn't have the biggest wave. And compared to the Voodoo, this board is going to be a little bit more agile and maybe not quite as fast, but still very fast.